I don't want to set the world on fire.
Please welcome Tom Dummany.
A flame in your heart.
I'm here, and your
In
white
my
privileges are
heart,
going
I
to save
have
you
but
tonight, okay, guys?
one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim.
Any government is to monopolize as much violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible.
I've been on this like weird anarchist arc for a few months now. This is playing by their rules, exactly how they are written.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame.
You're watching the Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. It's time for the Dog and Chicken Show.
Hello and welcome to episode 172 of the Dog and Chicken Show with Phil K. Wait, yeah, they're on the show, right? No, aren't they? Chicken and Phil, aren't they?
I don't know, man.
Aren't they on this show? I swore they were. I don't see them though, but I'm here.
Tony, I do have something for you, real quick, though.
You what?
I have something for you.
Oh my God, we got chickens! Yes. Oh, that was fucking great. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm marking that down. That was awesome. That was so unexpected. Yes, it is I, the 14-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, the non-chill filtered, the blend master himself, the non-coppa friendly, Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, folks. And I'm just going to ask you right now at the top of the show, regardless of where you're watching, I really want everybody to go subscribe on all the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble especially, please, folks. And those of you watching on Rumble, please, if you have comments, drop them. I know they won't pop up on the screen like all the other platforms, but we will make sure your thoughts are read aloud. So, without further ado, tonight we've got some there is news to talk about, and I'm not going to get too deep until Phil's ass shows up because he's going to have a lot to say. It's been a big couple of weeks in the news in the world of politics, and there's a lot of sketchy shit out there, folks. I don't know if you knew this, Yank, but you know it's bad to steal things. Did you know that?
No.
I know. This is a revelation. Turns
I
out
thought it was called borrowing.
Well, it's borrowing if you give it back. But if you take your neighbor's ladder and you never give it back, that means you stole it. Apparently, I didn't know this. If you have to have the FBI or the Department of Justice or somebody show up to your house to take back the things, technically you could almost still call it borrowing. But apparently that's not cool either. I don't know. These are wild times we're living in. Hello, Tyler. Welcome to the show. And it looks like we've also got Grow the Farm Up. He was dropping comments from YouTube. That's Big Buck and Empire on YouTube. Please go drive that subscriber count back up because it needs it. Tiberius D against free speech. This is pretty hot take. Hot take coming from Grow the Farm Up. Another great channel on YouTube. You should definitely subscribe to.
Yes.
Trey jumping in, but if you intend to give it back, you're still borrowing it. Right, but technically until that happens, you've just stolen.
Okay, so with Trey's comment, if you intend to give it back, you're still borrowing it. Does that work with vehicle loans? House loans?
That's an interesting question. I feel like I'm tired of my house, and I was just borrowing it. So I want to give it back, and I want a full refund. Is that how that works?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Try it. I don't think it'd get very far. So yeah, we got a lot of shit to talk about here concerning Mr. Biden, Mr. Pence. We've got some Pelosi's. The Pelosi action is fun again. There's some more cop brute. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I watched that and I fucking laughed.
There's some more cop bullshit happening around the world. There's stuff to talk about, and I was hoping Phil would get on because I don't want to start up any of these stories without his ass. But apparently, they just left me high and dry tonight, Yank. What's the deal with that? I've got you though.
Yes, I'm always here in the backstage normally, but
yeah, hey, I'm just glad that somebody cares enough to be here with me, so I'm not sitting here by my lonesome. Grow the farm up. So what you're saying, Tony G, you want me to bring your snowblower back? Yes, I do, mostly because I don't own a snowblower, so whoever's you bring me, I'll keep. But regardless, yeah, no, we it's been a long fucking week. As you probably all noticed, Phil is not here yet. He's on his way. He's on another show. He's been a busy little bee himself, actually, doing Truth in the Fiction with Tiberius D. That's a new show you can check out on most of the platforms. I subscribed on YouTube myself. That's going to be an interesting one to watch, as well as he's doing all sorts of other shit, always, constantly, as well as his own shit at the KOE Nation. And Chicken apparently had a really rough day and week. Yeah, he's just running all over the place. He really did. Sounded like he had a lot of driving. I did too. I had a long week myself. I'm actually quite tired too, but it's okay. Here I am. He also left his fucking laptop cord in a motel. So now he has no computer. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Over there.
It happens. It is what it is, I guess. So
yeah, I'm wondering, like, did he call the motel? Hey, can you record in this room? Could you possibly mail that to me? You ever leave something in a motel room? What do you do? I mean, do you just consider it gone? Consider it has to, if it's a nice motel, you'll probably get it back. They'll mail it to you. I remember I left books in a motel once, and they mailed them back to me. It was good. Some
it's
motels,
like a phone charger. I don't even go. I'm like,
well,
don't even bother. Fucking
yeah. If you can get it at Casey's, like if you can replace it at Casey's, it's probably not worth going back or calling for. Leave it for the maid. What are you?
They probably need more. They probably need more. I am. So weird story. I've been looking for this for 2 months. I've been chasing this down in the town I live in, and today I went and looked. They said they had none whatsoever. All right, they had it Thursday morning, gone. Dang. Hit up 2 other places, went back to the original place just to find something different because they have a better selection. And the guy came up to me and goes, "You're the one that was looking for this, and we still have it, and I apologize." So I am supping on some Buffalo Trace because I've heard such good things about it. So
you helped me knock back a bottle of that playing poker one night at your house too. So yeah, it is delicious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole handle now, so you're probably like 6 handles behind Chicken. That fucker hoards Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Did somebody say Buffalo Trace?
They did.
Hey,
Cheers, Phil.
folks. Welcome, one and all, folks. It is I, the master of sartorial resplendency himself, Bill KOE, come to join all you beautiful people here at the Big Buckin' Empire. You know, folks, not only am I the prince and potentate of the political parlance, I'm also, I'm the prince and potentate of just, punctuality. So, I fashionably late as always, but had to wrap up some stuff that I was doing over at Truth in Fiction.
Yes, I just mentioned to the folks that is a new show featuring yourself and Tiberius D. So what can you tell us about that?
It's an amazing show that you can find at Truth and Fiction Pod on YouTube, and we're going to be dropping stuff every week, and we're going to be having a live show at least once a month, if not sooner. And also, Grow the Farm Up and Tiberius D had themselves a little bit of a back and forth there, to the point where Tiberius D got a little angry, and it was his party, and he decided to cry if he wanted to, cry if he wanted to, cry if he wanted to. But regardless, it's an amazing, amazing show where we get into the topics of the day. And to be frank, it's kind of like Hannity and Combs, where I'm Hannity and Ty is Combs. Let's be frank. So if you want Tiberius D to ban you, go check out the show. We'll get into that a little later. But yes, Bill, gin shot for Ty, you rotten.
All right.
Oh wow! Okay,
all
so
right.
I gotta go get that here in a second. God Almighty,
thanks, guys!
So I'm gonna send some links here because I'm gonna send a link to Tiberius to invite him to the show. So then maybe we'll like ban him or like mute him in the middle of talking.
It takes one click, just one click.
You guys need
That'll
to play
be fun.
nice. That's not
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that is just one click. You're right. Well, I mean, I'm just playing as nice as I know how to. But so,
got it.
What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You'd never poke the bear.
Me poke the bear? Oh, when would I ever do such a thing? And Tiberius just sent me link with exclamation. So okay, this is fun.
Like a cunt. Yes.
Okay.
We don't have chicken. We don't have
link,
chicken.
Please. I'm getting
Tiberius
that to you right now, Ty. And he's like, link, motherfucker.
In chicken's absence, coming in hot with a cunt. Thank you, Tiberius. That's beautiful.
Oh God, that's too funny. That is too funny. Oh wow, the chicken's running across the screen. That is ridiculous.
When I have a day off, I can get some stuff done.
Send himself. All right.
Okay, there we go. Just sent the link on through. But yes, Tiberius like donut. So yeah, Ty, you just got a talking to about such language. That's not very nice. But yes, I'm gonna go grab some gin. I'll be right back.
Alrighty then.
Oh, he came prepared. Even that's amazing. It's like he was so ready to do the show tonight.
It's not like it's a weekly thing.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like he knew about it, right? God, you'd think.
Weird.
Sorry. Nah, yeah, I'm feeling salty tonight. What can I say? I don't know where Phil wants to start. I was going to ask him, but he got the thirst for gin.
For the unpreparedness, we're good.
I've tried to get Phil off this gin kick he's on, but he just won't do it. It's every week.
Anything for the fans.
I know. I don't get it.
Then you could pay $5 to make him drink gin every time.
That is a great idea. My God, for $5 a month as a paid subscriber on Facebook, the Big Buck and Empire, you can make Phil drink gin every hour that we're live on the Dog and Chicken.
Son of a biscuit! You don't need to tell people.
It is a bargain.
They don't need to know any of that.
Absolute bargain.
Tony, we don't need any of that. Hang on, let me send the paste. Oh, all right. Ty already did that. Thank you, Ty. I'll actually just delete the message. Delete. All right. What do we got here?
So we got some stories and stuff going on in the news this week.
First, I got a shot of gin I got to take. Now, folks, as you know, around here, let me button up the blazer of extreme for all of you folks. For a proper Irish toast to fighting, stealing, and drinking. If you're going to fight, may it be for a friend. If you're going to steal, may it be a lover's heart. And if you're going to drink, by God, it better be with me. There we go.
He's alive!
The night has begun. The night is young. The night is young. Oh, God almighty, folks. Why do we have to have gin in this world?
That's right. You got to do 2.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh, we got you, Phil.
Oh, just back.
You do. You know, good rapscallion ne'er-do-wells. So,
what should I do with my shot?
Let's see. To drinking, stealing, and fighting. If you're going to drink, make sure it's a good one. If you're going to steal, may it be a drink. And if you're going to fight, may it be over a drink. I don't know.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but I like it.
I feel like Phil had something in his mind, and then it just completely vanished by the time it left his mouth.
Yeah, because of gin.
He went shiny object.
Ooh, big Christian ball.
Well, no, you see, like, it was just... I had to use so much of my A+ skills, just, like setting Ty straight and just, like basically intellectually kicking him around on the show, Truth and Fiction, that, like Ty, he ain't got the guts to show. He ain't got the guts to come. We ain't got to worry about it, folks. Ty ain't coming no way, no how.
All right. So while we wait for that to happen,
in 3, 2.
Yeah, no shit.
Damn it.
All right, so those of you who saw the thumbnail, the name of the show tonight is Documents of Hypocrisy. So anybody who's been living under a rock or is unaware, a while back, one former POTUS, Orange Man Bad Trump, apparently he had a bunch of classified documents in his Mar-a-Lago home. And they sent the fucking FBI out to just ransack his house to get those bad boys back. And they're basically just trying to use this as a way to throw him in jail would be ideal, says the Democrats. Well, that is until recently. One current occupant of the White House, Joe Biden.
One current occupant, Sleepy Joe, has been found with documents dating back from his time as VP and as senator, classified documents that he says he doesn't know how they got there. Now, like I just said over
bastards.
Like I just said over at Truth and Fiction, no matter how much Phil Truth and Ty Fiction, yes, you are correct, Trey. Phil is the truth and Ty is the fiction. Oh, hey there, Ty. How we doing there, folks? And yes, it is the one, the only Tiberius D. Welcome to Big Buck and Empire, sir. How are we doing this evening?
Always good to be back. It appears I am being trash talked as I enter. I always appreciate that.
Hey, at least the people care.
Isn't it nice, like, when the boxers, like, head into the ring, they just get punched by the audience on the way to the ring, and then the ref takes a sucker punch while they're doing the announcements. I mean, that's how that works, right?
I wouldn't know. I try not to watch anything fake, but then the people tell me I watch politics, so I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I mean...
You
watch a Zelensky press briefing. There. I mean, that's pretty fake.
Yeah, pro wrestling.
Standing in front of my green screen. So Tiberius, we were just all talking about how over at Truth and Fiction, I was completely right, and everything I said was the complete, unadulterated, absolute truth, and that over there you basically accepted and bowed to me and said, Phil, you're superior. Every argument you made is best, and I'm just going to go ahead and replace my politics with Phil King.
He is the true prophet, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how, but he always seems to be right. Right? It's just like everything goes his way. He always seems to be right. You tell me which is the truth in the fiction, that everything seems to go his way, or we have a charlatan in our midst.
Well, it can't be that second one, so it just has to be that things just go my way, Ty. And I'm sorry, somebody has to be the best. It just so happens to be me. I'm sorry, somebody has to be that, and there I am. So now, as I was just saying, over at Truth and Fiction, I was mentioning how Joe Biden's documents... These were negligently stored. He didn't even know they were there, according to what he said, which is being negligent with our national security secrets, which makes him objectively worse than anything Trump is even accused of. Let me say that again. Anything Trump is even accused of, this makes Joe Biden objectively worse.
Is he done being full of shit yet?
I got to interject here.
I'll let you know when I feel like starting, but no, that was 100% truth. That was truth. You're going to throw in the fiction, Ty. Don't worry.
Phil, I got to stop you. What you just said makes absolutely no sense, because Joe Biden couldn't possibly be negligent with possession of classified documents in his home. because that's what he accused Donald Trump of being, was negligent. And he couldn't possibly believe anybody would be so negligent with such documents. He said that. That's a quote from Joe Biden. So you're telling me that Joe Biden may possibly, maybe a little bit, be a massive fucking hypocrite. I'm just, is this what
I'm going to say that it's a little bit more than a 50-50 shot on that one, T.
Wow.
Because,
I don't know how to handle
keep
this.
in mind, he was negligent with these documents, and then him and Pence are both like, well, I don't even know how they got there, which means they let somebody that wasn't cleared to handle these documents move them, which is another point of negligence. So again, this is one of those things that it's worse than anything Trump is even accused of. And so this is somebody that's being negligent.
It's like I had them there and I had them there on purpose, but that's better than being like, I don't know how those got there.
Well, yeah, because we knew where they were. I'm sorry. It is just going to be worse. Well, he shouldn't have had that. Negligence is worse. He should have told that negligence is worse. He shouldn't have done negligence is worse, because guess what? We knew where the documents were. We knew what their contents were. And under Trump, they were even under Secret Service watch. And so under every metric, Trump's documents, there was nothing to worry about.
Okay.
But with Joe, him and Hunter shared that residence where the documents were hidden. So for all we know, there is an actual, you cannot discount the possibility that he sold those documents to the Russians, sold them to the Chinese, or even sold them to the Ukrainians. So this is terribly bad, and impeachment has been handed to the Republicans on a silver platter.
So, I guess,
mic drop.
Don't do that. That'll break it. So,
this is too nice of a mic.
I haven't read any of these articles that we've got ready to go, but that usually goes super.
Grow the farm up says, I kind of disagree. Ban it.
Fantastic. So, Biden faces blowback from Democrats. From the Democrats on classified documents. The discovery of classified documents has thrust President Biden into an uncomfortable position after he started the new year with plans to do a victory lap of sorts.
Is this the Wall Street Journal?
Yes, I do believe.
No,
this is
New York Times.
Your New York Times. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say either way, either one of those running this particular article, I mean,
yeah,
shows the left will happily eat their own.
We've always known that, but it's finally happening because the closer 2024 gets, the less likely it's looking like he's anything remotely an option. Oh darn!
Yeah, the problem is the Democrats don't have anybody with any star power that they can put in there.
Oh, sure.
So Biden is, Pete Buttigieg has the charisma of yogurt. Gavin Newsom has that kind of like creepy Patrick Bateman, American Psycho serial killer, got cheerleaders tied up in his basement vibes. So I don't think he's going to go as far as some people like to pretend he's going to.
Well, neither one of them are going to beat Michelle Obama.
Well, I was just going to say Michelle Obama is the heir apparent to the Democratic Party, but she's not going to come in this time around. She's going to wait till DeSantis is well out of the political game. But Michelle Obama is that ace in the hole.
In the next year.
What the fuck are we talking about? How did we get here? This is some bullshit, guys.
Because Biden's Aussie fucking ass probably isn't going to make it to 2024.
All right,
he might, but because nobody ever wants to give up power, but you can't deny that there's a chance he doesn't make it to
Biden is very clearly egotistical.
No.
I definitely think that he's going to push to go for another term. Absolutely think that he's going on that.
I hope he does.
I don't know if the party will primary him. On one level, honestly, this is the Democrats, so they'll probably go with the opposite of what seems logical. What logically makes sense to me is they actually primary him. They don't have to beat him, but they actually prove that he is still the leader of the Democratic Party, even at the ripe old age of 80 fucking 2.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's just it, though. Like this article saying, like even the Democrats are going to start throwing him under the bus, which I hope he does run because it'd be great to watch him officially lose. Washington, President Biden is.
So who's he running against? Because this is a big if, right?
Well, we'll
Trump
get
or
there.
DeSantis, basically.
Okay, well,
And he loses to either of them if he can't crack 80 mil.
I hate to tell you this, but in a rematch versus Trump and Biden, Biden's going to get it again.
Yeah, good luck.
Not if he can't crack 80 mil. That's his only hope. If he can crack 80 mil, he'll win. If he can't, he's going to lose. That's
already have
long
a
and short of it.
We already have
And
a
yes,
running
Ty
bet
and I
on
have
this.
a bet on this. Yeah, Ty and I have a bet on this, and so he is eventually going to have to pay $50 to the charity of my choice when Biden does not crack 80 million votes. It's not going to happen, folks. Sorry. The mail-in voting structure just isn't going to be the same in 2024 that it was in 2020. And with that alone, there's no way that Biden cracks 80 mil.
All right. So, Washington. I swear to God, I'm going to get through the first paragraph.
No, you're not. I'm not going to let you.
I know.
Yeah, we do have a bet. I don't remember exactly all the terms because there's like 2 or 3 outs on it. But the long and the short here, if it's Biden v. Trump, Biden will get 80 million votes and he will get a second term.
Doesn't matter who he's running against. He's not cracking 80.
You might as well just put that $50 aside now.
No, I'm good. Like, seriously,
it's gonna be fun watching you eat that crow. It's gonna be fun.
Fine. I can't wait. Anyway, when it comes to DeSantis will win. Straight up, DeSantis will win that argument. He will win. He will win the contest. Trump will not. The American people will not elect Trump again. And that's just what.
That sounds a lot like the people who said Trump's not gonna win the first time around. That's really just people trying to tell themselves that, trying to psych themselves up. Like, who are you trying to convince? The people out there, yourself, Ty?
Okay, no, seriously. If John fucking Fetterman can win a senatorial seat, I don't care.
Trump doesn't even need Pennsylvania. He just needs one Rust Belt state, Georgia and Arizona, and he was off by 44,000 votes the last time. And Biden's not going to crack 80 million. So, like, I'm sorry. If we can get basically any Republican that can stand on 2 legs and look to the American people and say, God bless America, they're beating Biden in 2024.
And this is the thing. If it's literally pretty much anybody else, the Republican wins. If it's just Trump, it's gonna go to hell. And that's the bet. If Biden isn't the nominee, then we're out. And then if Trump isn't the nominee, we're out of the bet. So, yeah.
No, actually, that one was just for how much Biden wins. The original bet was $50 for if Trump is the Republican nominee or not.
Okay,
so like, regardless of who Biden runs against. So if Biden runs against DeSantis, you and I both know he has no chance of cracking. Like, it's just not going to happen.
He's not going to beat DeSantis unless there's a fucking horrible thing like DeSantis kills his wife or some shit, right? That's
in
pretty
a video
much
game.
Yeah. I mean, it's an example. I'm not saying like we want this to happen. Come on. Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, like Sam Harris said, like Hunter Biden could be responsible for dead children, and that wouldn't have even mattered to him. So, like, yeah, like you said when you're talking about how like Fetterman won Pennsylvania. Yeah, partisanship is kind of a bitch now in this country, isn't it? Where like there's certain states you can like literally put up the Democrats voted for a dead man in 2022. And so I don't ever want to hear the Democrats ever say that the Republicans are tribalistic ever again. They just lost the right to say that when they voted for a literal dead person over a living person just because they had a D next to their corpse. So Trey Powell, watch 2024 being between Buttigieg and no depth perception Crenshaw.
This is my dream matchup. Like, oh God, don't make me come. Jesus.
Well, Buttigieg, don't worry. He will never be president of the United States. We don't ever have to worry about Buttigieg ever being elected. That'll never happen.
The fact that Crenshaw is even in any position is just a travesty.
Yeah, Crenshaw is
missionary.
Crenshaw, on the other hand, will eventually get the head of the DOD. He's just a perfect fucking candidate for some moderate Republican or some hard right Republican even to come and put him as head of the DOD, because like I found out, he is basically a fresh young face of the military industrial complex. And so he is the modern equivalent of putting Dick Cheney's floating brain in a jar as the head of the DOD. And so like, yeah, that's where Crenshaw is eventually going to end up. But yeah, in terms of Buttigieg, he'll never be president. Doesn't matter. Like this is Obama's exact words. I'm just quoting Obama here. He said his exact words are, Pete will never be president. He's too short and he's too gay. And those are his exact words. And so Pete will just never be president. And I'm sorry.
Bold statement from Barry.
Well, can you also name the last short president we had?
Yeah.
Haven't really had one since TV.
Yeah, since television, we have not had it. And God, could you imagine
FDR.
Donald Trump standing next to Pete Buttigieg on the debate stage? That's it. Donald doesn't have to say anything. He just has to stand next to him.
FDR is our shortest.
Okay, sometimes I think the public are morons, but they're not that level of morons. All right, damn. I am going.
There's certain things people want in leaders. Tough uphill electoral battle yards.
Look, I get that. No, actually,
Peter Butt. Yeah, well, President Peter Butt. You think the kids on the fucking playground are gonna let a President Peter Butt happen?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I think they would love that.
That guy will get roasted every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, there's no way. Buttigieg has no chance. He's just one of those people that they like to say he's got a chance, but he's not gonna.
I don't want to listen to people mispronouncing the president's name for 4 years, so he's got no shot.
Who's his base? Because the base of the left hates him.
Well, there you go.
The progressives don't really like him because they don't think he's left-wing enough. But unfortunately, for the Republicans, the vast majority of the moderate Democrats and moderates really like him, and that's your electorate. That's the people you need to capture. It's just
so it's just like Jeb. Oh, if he could just get past that primary, he'll never win.
He would have won the primary in 2020 if they literally didn't have Obama just pull everybody up.
You think Pete Buttigieg would have won the primary in 2022 when you've got Biden with the Obama rub?
In 2020, yeah. If Obama had not come out of retirement. Wow. No, seriously, if Obama had not come out of retirement and literally just gang wrangled the entire party into going behind Joe wouldn't have actually made it into the convention. He would have been out. He would have not gotten very many votes outside of the South. And it would have been down between Pete, or the top three would have been Bernie Sanders would have had the most going into the convention. Pete Buttigieg would have had second. Elizabeth Warren would probably be somewhere in there, and then you have a few others. But Joe Biden would be pretty much middle of the pack. And the moderates would have fallen out bit by bit, as Warren and whoever else would have fallen bit by bit. It would have come down to Buttigieg versus Sanders for the primary in the convention, and it would have been settled there with a second round vote. And the entire moderate wing of the party would have gone behind Buttigieg, and he would have been the nominee.
And he would have got crushed in the general.
I have no idea on that one.
I do. Like Obama said, he's got no chance. There's some people who just don't have I'm sorry. Visual presentation matters with your leader, and a guy that's as tall as my fucking desk here is not going to be somebody that people want to vote for as an executive. A guy that you look like you could whip after 2 Bud Lights is not a guy that you want to be your executive. I'm sorry.
Well, if that's what you believe, that's fine. I'm not questioning that. I'm just going to put this out here, buddy. Your accuracy rating as far as forecasts fucking suck.
I've got the last year's recession fucking A+, so I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
I got great.
You're batting 20% average here, my friend. It's not looking good for you.
Oh, shit. Are you kidding? My economic averages are great. And basically what I said is you needed to have a red wave. You needed to meet these metrics. And I said, the taking of the House is fiat complete. Senate was anybody's game. And what do you know? I was absolutely correct in my original assessment months before the election. Tony even backed this up, even found the clips that showed me saying as much. So in regards to predictive analysis, you're not going to get much better than Phil KOE. And I'm also going to spike the football the day that Berlin Wall 2.0 hits, and you were the naysayer the whole time. And in terms of bad predictions, Ty, when's that worldwide fucking famine supposed to hit that you were claiming the Chicken Little sky was going to fall on our head that never came? When's that coming about, Ty?
Yeah,
any minute now, right?
No, it got delayed. I told.
Got delayed. Yeah, it's never going to happen.
No, it very well will sooner or later. The problem is that
Jesus. Okay,
no, seriously,
15 years.
no, you're being a cunt. Okay, stop it.
Oh well, you're the one who's saying that I'm not the one that's getting it proper accurate predictions, and then I throw one back in your own face, and now I'm a cunt again, Ty. So maybe you need to thicken up that skin a little bit on the internet.
No. Okay,
Sorry, but maybe you need to get a little bit thicker skin.
You don't own your fuck ups. Okay, you were like this was going to be a
when they happen, I'll let you know.
Yeah, you were talking like it was going to be a 30-point house swing. And it was literally down to the wire. Are you fucking kidding me? Like you put out a mile wide and a net deep or an inch deep. And then you're like, yeah, it's not hard to call you fucking wrong. And then when I actually talk about stuff, I'm like, hey,
my predictions from months ago still turned out to be right. And like, okay, Dog and Chicken Show episode 172. Ty and Phil fucking get it over with. Okay. All right. So, God. So what you're saying is might be a little monopolization of time here.
I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just flat out saying you two need to fucking get it over with. Just flat out. Like,
all right.
There's clearly some sexual tension here.
I expressed very clearly why I was wrong and what happened. We had the biggest harvest on record.
Phil's boner can only get so big. Stop it.
All right.
Yes. So, all right, folks. Yes, Trey Powell. Yeah. So, yes, folks, this is the episode for you to all see. This is the one for you and me, and for Ty to finally confess his unrequited love for me. I guess I don't know. Like,
look, whoever wants to say it first, I don't care. But regardless.
But okay, all right. At least we got to the core of that, where Ty admits that I'm completely right, and
I don't think
he's
just
like, Phil, you're right about everything. God bless you.
Walk right past
Please
it.
just show me the way, show me the path.
Phil, just walk right past it. Look, at this point, no, Buttigieg has no fucking chance.
Reverend Tony
Biden's not going to get 80 million. No fucking way. I don't even think he's going to run again, because over the next year, enough shit's going to come out. This document crap is going to keep piling up. They'll find something else. The impeachments will start. I hope Biden runs, because I'd love to watch him lose. I think that'll be great. I still stand by my original statement that I don't think that this is a real, actual run for the presidency by Donald Trump. I think he's jumping on the grenade to pave the way for DeSantis. Fingers crossed. But DeSantis hasn't said anything yet, so could be 50-50 on that one. And if DeSantis does run, what's the guy's name in Missouri? Is it Josh Hawley? I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him be his running mate.
I don't think Missouri is much of a swing state that we need to worry about.
Matter. I think that guy.
Like if Carrie Lake would have won her governor's run in Arizona, she would be the VP candidate for whoever's running.
Apparently, it is now being suggested to me that I shall renounce the title of right and just become the ultimate centrist and say, you know what, fuck you, I'm on my team. Apparently, that is what is being encouraged.
Well, finally, you're coming out of the closet to what you always were all along, Ty. I mean, you were self-identifying as conservative this whole time, but we all knew that you were just a dirty centrist.
I was going to say, I never identified as conservative. I think conservatives are wusses, but that's a whole other conversation.
Another thing you're wrong about, my God. So God, no wonder you've had such thin skin, Ty.
Right. It's not personal issues. It's not the fact that I don't have time to fucking, deal with half of the people's bullshit, but whatever.
Well, when you come onto the glorious, glorious big bucket empire, you put your best foot forward to the beautiful people of this empire, Ty. As imperator as you are, apparently. What is that from Warhammer? What is that?
No, this is actually the name for the Roman commander-in-chief, the Imperator.
Imperator. Okay.
Imperator Tiberius.
It's
just like proper Romanization,
Oh, those two are having themselves a little
we're on our own here.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be frank. Whenever Phil shows up to any show, it just becomes the Phil show. I'm sorry. So I do apologize.
Glad to have you, Phil.
God bless.
I don't even touch the buttons no more.
Yeah, well, why? What's the point? It would just distract from the Philness. So
yeah, before Phil got on, I was like, oh, I don't want to talk too much about the articles or anything because I don't want to get too deep before he shows up. And then He showed up and I realized, there's no need for articles. He's just going to
No.
ramble for
What?
We literally had 30 seconds of article, and that's it.
Words that aren't Phil KOE's? Well, now to be frank, Ty was the one that was interrupting the article quite a bit.
Oh, for God's sake, Phil.
He said, fuck you, you're not getting it in. And I was
Phil,
like, okay.
for God's sake,
in his defense, I was going to interrupt you if he did.
The fucking session needs to end right here, all right?
So
what? Now kiss.
No. So what you're telling me here is that me and Phil are allowed to fight at all points. But as long as you two do not challenge our divine authority, then we can continue to fight.
That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah,
Okay.
Ty,
pretty much.
I mean, that's the smartest thing you've said all night.
The best part is I get to edit this, and it's going to literally be you two.
Oh yeah,
just the two of us. Ramo. But no, like, can you tell that the previous show we were on was a touch contentious?
Really?
It was a little contentious, but I was not nearly pissed off at Phil as much as I was his brother. Like, I'm just sitting here like,
Grow the Farm Up thinks you've been inhaling too many of your own farts.
Yeah, I noticed there's a little bit of contention there.
Yeah, he has this really good idea of like talking about a lot of things he doesn't know about. And like that would be one thing if I didn't know what I was talking about, but whenever somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about tells me that I don't, when I very much do, I literally have a fucking map of where Ukrainian forces are deployed at this very fucking moment. Yeah, you can go fuck yourself with a cane.
So as you can see, Tony, fifis were hurt, feelings were bruised, egos were tarnished. It was a fun time. It was a fun time, really. And again, amazing. Me and Ty had a discussion on.
I'm just glad that you guys joined us here on the post show, whatever you guys were doing before.
Grow the Farm Up. Tiberius is without question the smartest man on the planet. Just ask him. Oh
no. I'll happily answer this. I'm not. This is the scary thing. All right, for real. The scariest realization of my life. I'm not that smart. I fuck up a lot. My accuracy rating on things are probably around 60-70%, somewhere in that range. But then what does that make you? Oh my God. I don't know how you all don't forget to keep breathing.
Way more.
Some of you are moronic on levels that I can't even imagine, particularly Grow the Farm Up. Holy
Grow the Farm Up.
shit.
If you do not agree verbatim with what Tiberius thinks, you're a cunt and he's going to ban you. He will not have a discussion. He will just ban you because he's just intellectually that much smarter. Oh boy, this is gold. This is gold.
I have no problem with intellectually engaging with folks. I really don't. The problem is that you weren't intellectually engaging with me. You were really being a douche, and I have my producers to back me up on this one. They would have hit you too. Like, you are a rude sack of shit, and you really need to stop if you want anyone to actually engage with you with decency and ethics. And
well, not to do the dick waggling, but he's got way more subscribers than all of us combined.
I don't care.
So apparently people do want to engage with him, Ty. So just saying.
Wonderful. I'm sure they're all stand-up people who are people that I would very much enjoy having a chat with. I'm sure that's the case.
Well, yes, every last member of Grow the Farm Up
an audience of morons who will kiss your ass. I'm sorry.
In all God's creation. Yes, it's called being nice to your audience, Ty. We should give it a try sometime. It would improve things.
Yeah, it would improve the numbers of my community, not its intelligence, not its decency, and not its forte. This is why I'm happy to institute Order 66 consistently on people. I maintain a standard for people, and if you don't meet that, you yeet it. And you know what? It works out really well for me. I've got some of the best friends I could possibly imagine. I'm very, very happy for that. Tony G, you're welcome in my community anytime, by the way.
Thank you,
Reverend Tony G. Oh God Almighty! But yes, folks, the ever-growing, unless you disagree with him, Tiberius D community. Jesus Christ, man! I'm sorry. That's not a good. It's not a good tagline. It just
you disagree with me all the time. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't ban people who disagree with me. I don't yeet them. I bury them and I eviscerate them down to their testicles. Okay, that's what I fucking do.
If I ban everyone who I disagree with, why are you still around?
You actually did give me an hour ban on your Discord the other day because I intellectually dunked on you so hard that you actually had to basically implicitly concede to me. And so you couldn't you couldn't handle it, and so I'm sorry, Ty. Like
Look,
you have been acting a little rashly.
Well, look, I don't I don't dissuade from the fact that I've been a little bit more temperamental. I got less time on my hands. I got some shit I got to deal with. You know how it be. But on the other side of that is that, you know what? When it came down to it, straight up and simple, you pissed off daddy, and daddy had to put you in timeout. And that's just all it comes down to. You got to behave yourself.
Well, also maybe if you're a little temperamental, don't take that out on your audience.
I don't take it out on my audience. I take it out on people who deserve to have it happen to them.
A little bit. So,
and you know
so
what,
folks,
we have discovered very fervently in the closing of the last episode that being a douchebag is a bit genetic in your family.
Oh, no, it's just being able to dunk on people who think they're the smartest person in the room is actually quite genetic in my family. So,
hey, Yank, you ever see a couple that like really likes to argue a lot because it makes the sex that much harder?
Yeah. I mean, tonight's gonna be great.
It's gonna be wild.
Please.
Oh my God. Sorry. And yes, folks, you can see this in Truth and Fiction every week.
I'm sure everybody is just subbing up right now because you clearly need to go subscribe to Truth and Fiction.
I have not been able to click one.
Because you get to see this amazing content week in, week out.
Or you can just subscribe to the Dog and Chicken Show to watch Tiberius D and Phil KOE argue. Like nobody else is in the fucking room. They don't even know they're being watched right now. They forgot they're on the fucking internet right now. That's how hard they are right now.
Up. I can only get so right. Oh God. So Grow the Farm Up's going, this is not a therapy session, Ty. This is a YouTube live. You have the thinnest skin I've ever encountered. You have no idea how to even farm. Oh my God. Throwing down the fucking gauntlet here, folks. Oh man. Okay. All right. They got the gauntlet has been thrown down. And so we're getting deep into it, folks. Yeah, it's about to get personal. Feelings are going to start to get hurt. Like we'll see what happens.
Be shared. Yes.
Yeah. What's that? Oh. Okay. Now
I like how you agreed with me before you even realized what I said. Like,
maybe. Oh, wait. No,
wait. What did you say? Voters?
Oh, okay.
That was a little bit of lag from the internet.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah, it was that son of a bitch and lag. Oh, okay.
That great Nebraska internet, just one more fatal flaw of the Lord KOE's domain,
Well, it's just we got that irrigation water that we can drop on our crops and actually, give our crops the water as they need it. I can understand your jealousy, Ty. I can understand it.
Yeah,
you're just reliant on the skies to give it to you every day. And
I appreciate when people think Nebraska sucks because it makes it less likely that
they'll move there.
Come here. Yes. Leave our oasis alone. You keep living in California, Californians. Like, don't visit here. Don't drive through here. Go around. In fact, go around. It's horrible here.
Yeah, don't come here, and definitely don't take our water.
Yeah, please don't.
I didn't watch Green Acres. I watched Shady Acres. Come on, there's a difference here.
You don't want to take
I will yell at you and call you. It's great. Like, yes. We're growing our audience one yelling audience member at a time. We're gonna do that.
Wait.
Yeah, there's no stopping this. This is just Did you?
So, do you guys know that there's
this
a bunch of
bitch drives a
classified
John Deere
documents?
too, doesn't he?
Oh, we do drive the best, most superior
Jesus
brand of
fucking.
tractor, John Deere. Way better than that shitty ass fucking. Oh, let me guess. What do you drive? The red, the IH? Oh, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. To you. We drive the finest John Deere tractors in all God's creation. And we got the right proper kind of track so you can actually get through the mud. You wouldn't know anything about that in Case IH. Like actual power
shot.
balls when you need it. The things that I'm sure you know nothing about, Ty. Let's see. Grow the Farm Up. Ty will also call your entitled bloodline retarded because of a YouTube. Imagine if Ty stepped out in the real world. Oh man. Okay, so you two are going to be sharing Christmas cards here real soon. I got the feeling. So
yeah, I was debating on coming up to see you at some point, but I think that plan has been fucking permanently put on ice.
oh, I was like, I don't want to be in the same fucking county as your brother. Jesus Christ! Like,
maybe not the same state. I might have to tell. Fuck, what is his name? My lawyer friend Nate. Yes, might have to tell Nate that I can't go to Nebraska because I wouldn't want to be in such a state as this wretched sack of shit.
well, I mean, don't trust me, Ty. The feeling would be very much mutual between you and Grow the Farm Up. He would be like, well, okay, yeah, you no good shiftless millennial. Yeah, stay in your shiftless corner of the world. That would be pretty close if I had to guess.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting their own little side projects of podcasts. You want to join? You want to do this next week?
Yeah. Can we invite Phil and Ty on to fuck more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what the Dog and Chicken show, has really been lacking. Is more Ty and Phil hate arguments.
Just fucking going down to the fucking core. All right.
Like when I do research for the show, I'm looking for stories and news articles and funny stuff and making memes. And no, I just throw one comment in the middle of you two and watch you fight over it like a pack of fucking boars. Jesus.
Well, folks, here's my shot because I don't really give a fuck. Tiberius D fears Grow the Farm Up.
What?
I don't know anymore. I think this is why people troll. It's just to fucking completely throw shit into the fan and see where it spreads everywhere.
Oh. Well, clearly it's spread over to episode 172 of the Dog and Chicken Show. Hey, Chicken, aren't you glad you missed this one?
I was about to say, this was the one to be in on.
Well, let's be real. Chicken would have came in here about 20 minutes ago and just told us to shut the fuck up. We have stuff to do. He's the most adult in the room.
Yeah, I just wanted to let it play out, but now it's taking on a life of its own. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So Washington.
Oh, this is great. Trey goes, if you like this, check out Ty's Discord. You can get it 24 hours a day because I do randomly drop my memes of brilliance where they are appropriate. And you got to give me credit. Like when you started logistics and transportation sub, I found logistics and transportation memes, motherfucker. Okay, that was not easy. Okay, so if you... And Tony, you should thank Tiberius and his Discord because they take at least 40% of what you would otherwise be getting.
True. Definitely welcome to get in there. But
we'll have to do that.
Yeah, it's funny a man who
Are you pouring a libation?
Are
you pouring a libation? Thought you were pouring a liquor.
No, I
liquor
wish.
drink.
I might have to smoke more and get some wine because y'all give me a headache. Anyway.
Y'all. I'm not the one talking.
It's fair enough.
Bottom right.
Wait. You and Phil are the only ones talking.
I'm hearing his brother in my head when I read his bullshit.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, this is funny. Well, I mean, here it is. Tiberius is like watching a little newborn baby deer learn to walk. He's just starting to kind of figure it out.
Right. That's why I'm hearing it in my head because you're reading it.
So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the YouTube video where the bottom half is the only thing that you see.
Yeah.
Tony, I do not exist tonight.
Just wipe that off. Redacted like classified documents. Just right over the top portion.
Wipe right. Yeah. Swipe or no swiping.
Actually, be even better. Can you put instead of me and you, Yank? Put a picture of Yank over me and a picture of Phil over you. That way we can just get it from all angles. Yep. That'd be great.
Just get double the Ty and Phil for the price of what,
Tony,
that is the
best. We're already getting double the price. I mean, double.
Yeah, you're
getting double for 53 minutes, Phil. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, this is the only time I've ever seen this show go 53 minutes without even getting 2 seconds out of one article.
I read a headline.
I'm sorry. Tony, someone was wrong on the internet, and I needed to let him know that they were wrong.
Well, how do you have time to sleep then? Because
well, no, it's just specifically Tiberius here. I had to let him know he's wrong on the internet. Tiberius, no, I need some alcohol for this. Holy Jesus. Well, cheers then. Slanjiva.
Yes, booze.
Cheers. I'm 4 in just because of this argument.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony G.
Yes.
How you been, sir? It's great to see you.
Thank you. It's nice to see you too. I've been good. It's been a long week. It's finally coming to
a close. Excuse me. It has been a long week, and I'm sorry that I had to spend an hour taking it all out on Phil and his brother. I do apologize for that.
Well, I feel like you really made progress. You've really changed some minds here.
Well, I'm not out to change minds. I'm just here to make myself feel better because there is no changing bricks, okay?
Right.
Well, it's like the old proverb, an open mind is like a fortress with its gates wide open. Almost any kind of random nonsense can wander in. Grow the farm up goes GTFUW. Grow the farm up. Tony G, you may proceed with the show now.
Thank you.
Yes, you may proceed. Now, Tony, I'm curious. How you been this week? You're muted.
No, I was gonna speak. I was just waiting to get cut off again there.
Okay.
I didn't want to waste another breath because I thought you were gonna interrupt me.
Because this week I've been dealing with that no good bastard Tiberius. Oh wait.
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right, gentlemen. With the article in question, you may now.
I don't even want to
proceed.
Yeah,
what
I don't
were
even
you talking
remember
about?
what happened. In the time you two have been arguing, I think they found like 30 more documents. So, I don't know where
God,
this
it makes
going.
Biden even worse.
Well,
the impeachment's
don't
coming.
start that again. Jesus.
This just in.
Yeah.
Hold on.
FBI reports that with
some
a freak internet conversation, it has resonated into the ether and shown the secret documents relating to Jeremy Epstein's death.
Nice. Our argument just vibrated that back into existence, into the universe. Well done, Ty. That's a superpower, folks. That's what you come here for.
Who needs fusion power when you've got the power of debate?
I was about to say, who needs fusion when you got me and Ty just like the hot air that we're gonna just expel, trying to prove each other wrong. Now Ty will that is gonna truly be infinite energy, you trying to prove me wrong, because it'll never happen. And so yes, that is actually how we find true infinite energy.
Oh
Ty.
God, just come already, for fuck's sake.
Oh no. I like to take my time, okay? It's
when he masturbates, he lights candles, he puts on music, gets the mirror out.
It's a
length mirror.
It's a whole experience.
Yeah.
Ty's just come on. No, Ty, I can go all night. Hell, after this show, I got another show.
Right,
so this is just middle show, because we got Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. Me and Tony later on tonight.
Hey Ty, you want to come on there and argue with Phil?
Yeah, I think he should. I think he really should. The Royal Rumble, but was it Royal Rumble? How much of a cunt you were on my show?
I
Calm down,
appreciate
Stone
that.
Cold.
Number one, I can't. I've got some stuff I got to do outside of that. But in reality, I've gotten my high from arguing with KOE. So always appreciated, sir. I have now been able to cleanse my palate. I don't have to feel any animosity towards him or his brother, and we can go on with our merry day. Thank you so much for being my pincushion. I really appreciate that.
Okay, and thanks for being my punching bag, Ty. I appreciate. So
it takes a lot. I might need a few. You might want to send me a little more wine.
Okay, hey, we'll send you some James Arthur Vineyard wine one of these days, so you can act. So without having to sully our beautiful state, Ty, you can still experience some of the beautiful Nebraska, because you don't want to sully yourself with our state, and we don't want, our state sullied with you. So the feeling's mutual. So we'll send you some beautiful Nebraska wine.
Let's extend some brotherly love here.
Oh,
y'all can be in my state, and I would hope you would invite me to your state. Just fuck Californians, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, fuck California. Okay,
literally.
all right. Yeah, we found something that Midwesterners can all agree on. But yes, okay, Ty. No, Ty, you're here anytime, and it would be a good time. And we would have to play poker, and we'd have to see what happens from there. But yes, this is we're all getting together. Oh wow, Ty's like, nope, I gotta down this. No.
Grow the Farm Up has a great point here. You have to understand KOE's favorite activity is editing his own video, which he's not wrong.
I
all.
resemble that remark. Like it's
and then rewatching his own videos and giving social commentary on his own videos.
There is no more relevant thing that anybody could see.
All right,
Phil
real question for my fellow Midwesterners here. Is Cali the greater enemy, or is it Illinois? Because Illinois is one of us, but needs to be disowned.
Well, the problem is there's good people in Illinois. It's just that
south of I-74,
Chicago, are some of the most corrupt shitheels in all God's creation.
There's
so,
can we put Chicago in California, and that would take care of everything?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I think that would solve a lot of the.
Give Chicago to California.
Yeah, just annex that off. That's now part of
California. Make it part of Northern California so that the Democrats in California love it. So that'll dilute the Republican votes in the Northern California like they want to do anyway. So, that's I like that plan. Because
Chicago. Boom, bitch.
Ah, damn it. Because you've seen the pictures of its, Trump's America and then the Democrat archipelago where it's just a few little dots of blue. And that's it. And then there's this vast, beautiful, beautiful, sweeping areas of red. And so, Chicago is a problem, but the folks of Illinois are good people. There's nothing wrong with that. But so, folks, Jesus, I overpoured that.
Oh,
good boy.
To peace, love, understanding, brothership, and to admitting that Phil KOE is ultimately right about everything. God bless.
Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to all of us? That's the real question.
Because it is my gift to the world to bestow Phil KOE to the world. Okay? And that's why I got down on you for banning Grow the Farm Up so badly, is because to deprive anyone in this world of Phil KOE, I think should probably be something that is chargeable as a crime against humanity at The Hague.
Wow.
I mean,
Can I try this luck?
Okay, go for it.
Oh,
wow.
Crime against humanity. Crime against humanity, folks. I don't know. Justin, because I like you, I'll let that one go. But I don't know. So Ty, I take this one very seriously. To deprive the world of Phil KOE, deprive anybody of Phil KOE is, I think crimes against humanity at The Hague. I think that's a slap on the wrist.
Nate, you're a little late. I already finished it off.
Nice. God bless Phil. Gin shot for whatever the last hour was. God damn it.
That's more like it. Yes. More
I'm okay with this.
I love how I get to trigger the shit out of KOE and then he has to pay for it. That's the best part.
It is. It's great.
No,
the gin shots
they don't show up and it's just me and Tony for 3 weeks on, and poor Tony is hammered within the first hour.
Oh God. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun.
All right. I know you want to get to your particular conversation that you had earlier. That's fine. If you want to do it, we can do that. Otherwise, I have a real question for you two. And that is, we were talking a little bit about the ethics of freedom of speech. And I know Tony probably would be more likely to agree with me. So I'm kind of curious how you would line here.
Shoot.
On an average person-to-person basis, I don't think there's any
cunt.
I don't think it's wrong in any ethical way to be like, hey, look, you're in my house. I don't like how you're behaving. Get the fuck out. But as a content creator, do I have a higher ethical responsibility to where even if I don't like what somebody is saying within my chat or with my community, as long as it's not violating TOS or harming someone, do I have an ethical responsibility to actually platform that person and allow them a place to speak?
I think if you're going to have a public platform, I think obviously you should. And also, you do kind of have to get thick skin if you're going to be an internet personality.
Phil, I love you. We already had this conversation. This was between me and
I know, but you didn't listen the first time. So
thanks for answering that question that was clearly directed at you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Thank you.
So I'm particularly wondering what Tony and Yank think about this. Is it ethical to be like, no, you came onto my stream, you were being a bit of an asshat, and I have full right to say, you know what, I don't want to engage with you. I don't want you in my audience. You're a douche, and send them on their way. Or is it more ethical to be like, hey, look, whether you are in my audience or not, whether I like you or not, is that I, as a content creator, make a community, and I should allow you to be a part of that as long as you're not fucking over somebody.
I think at one point it comes down to you can't formulate your show based around the comment section. You just can't, because if you're getting a reaction from the comment section, good or bad, you're getting a reaction, and that's key. So if you're pissing them off, that means you're doing one thing right. If you're making them happy, that means you're doing another thing right. But the point is you're getting a reaction. So it boils down to what kind of content you're making and how interactive that is. Because if you're getting a negative reaction and you can base any content off of that, it's worthwhile to have that kind of interaction around to an extent. Now, if you want to avoid any problems with your audience, I can understand that, but it depends on the kind of content that you want to make. And if you have a set line that you don't want the audience to cross, I can respect that too. We've had to boot and ban people on this show before. One, Jeff Paskoff, he's still banned. Fuck him, he's a douche.
Yeah, we made chicken. We gave him. You can only ban one person at a time, because otherwise you will ban people every 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And so he's just one of those, like, he'll get into like what I like to call like I don't care, I don't give a fuck anymore. And it's almost like I want to commit suicide.
Well,
like,
Phil, you're forgetting
a video game, but like he wants to just throw it all away.
Phil, you're forgetting one thing here about chicken, though. You got to understand, like, podcasting is fucking great, except for those pesky fans. Like, it happened to have those.
Yeah, if it wasn't
you
for
didn't have to have those, like, it'd just be so perfect.
I know.
Wow.
If it wasn't for the pesky fans and the things they like to see, God Almighty. So we love you, chicken. We love you, but he's another buddy of mine I gotta give shit about, because we have very different podcasting philosophies.
Phil, you having opposing philosophies with anyone?
I know, hard to believe, because this lovable fuzzball that is me, because it's just my simple mission that I will keep going until every single person on the internet agrees with me, either explicitly or implicitly. So like we will get there. We will get there.
Yank, what do you think?
Good. Sorry.
Honestly, like, when you're getting reactions out of both sides, like from one end to another, you're getting the reaction, you're getting the content, you're getting the likes, the stuff, all that stuff. Let it go. I mean, unless they're sending death threats, it's still freedom of speech to me. It's the internet. You're telling me there's a wall. So I come into your community, you don't like what I say, you literally throw a wall, and now I'm in Mexico.
So Ty,
it's still,
I didn't know you supported building the wall, Ty.
No.
I support deportation. Let's go.
That's why at the KOE Nation, it's a complete open border policy for anybody that wants to come. The citizenship requirement is just hit the subscribe button. That's it.
I support,
just so long as you're cool and chill about shit, you're a citizen.
Platforms. Now, I can't control what is behind the scenes of like what we're doing here. Live, YouTube, Facebook, all that. But in your own community of Discord, you can.
Okay, yeah. So
only by trebuchet.
Yeah, it basically comes down to the conversation that, it was in my chat, and I'm like, all right, I feel like chat is my house, kind of thing. So to answer Troy's question, which is a very really relevant point, it's like, hey, should you ignore this, right? Should you just let it go? There's a level where I'm like, if you treat the virtual space as just virtual, sure. On the other side of that, I kind of treat like my stream and my chats as kind of part of my house, right? I'm literally streaming from my office. Like, I'm in my house, And like, if you want to engage with me on the platform, I don't control for that. So you know what? If you want to tell me I'm a dumb cunt, go for it. If you're coming into my chat and telling me I don't know shit, I'll lay out the fucking law, because that's how you do it up in here.
So wait, in one sentence you said, if you want to call me a dumb cunt, go for it. But if you say it in my chat, no. So that's kind of speaking at both ends of your mouth there, Ty.
I feel like it's different in principle. And if you disagree, that's fine. I think it's like, hey, look,
I do.
I'm in somebody else's house on this panel. Who lets me in is who lets me through the door. And they tell me, hey, look, I don't appreciate you. Get out. Then I'm getting out. But my chat and my stream is my house, and you will play by my rules. I think that's fair. But that's me.
Is that something you got from another content creator? Trey, I know where you got the idea of it's my house. Is that like some Destiny shit?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
Trey,
Trey, let us know.
To be fair, this show's operated on that very similar philosophy for a long time. Like,
but we only keep one person that's bannable.
There's
because
a lot
Chicken
of
would ban them all.
where Chicken's like, no, this is how we're doing this, and that's that. But do you see Chicken here? No, because I booted his ass tonight. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Never see him again.
Well, I mean, yes, Tony, there are times that Chicken's overall philosophy is incorrect, and that's when it disagrees with Phil KOE's podcasting philosophy.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, there are times like people have the right to be wrong, Tony. Okay, and this was one of those moments where Chicken had the right to be wrong. Okay, so, well, yeah, it happens. It's like, Ty, it happened to you a little earlier. It'll happen to us all. Okay, don't worry. Well, not me.
Just
For the rest.
salt in the wound so much. Oh Lord, Phil KOE.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. I could not resist. Literally,
my whole thing on like the whole
Like a
internet, the freedom of speech and all that stuff. Someone comes to your actual house, physical. It's not a click of a button just to get rid of them. You got to coax that person out that door. Well, okay. I will edit that out later because it's the internet. Internet, you have got anything and everything through the internet, and it's one click of a button. It's literally, I can click on your name and you're gone, Ty. Like, that's just done.
Right. Exactly. And so that's
but in your personal space of your own home, as physical to physical, it's not a click of a button. It's either like you said, the T word and basically a shove, and maybe out the door, and maybe just booze him up a bit to where you can draw a penis on his face, and it's all good.
That works too. That works.
All right, so let me flip this around just a little bit. I want to see if you come in from the other end. So is the problem? Right. Is the problem with the internet is that because it's so easy to be able to integrate with somebody, right? It's also incredibly easy to get rid of somebody, that we have a higher responsibility because of that ease. Like we have to.
I would say certainly.
I didn't ask you, goddammit.
Well, no, you didn't ask anybody specifically this
I asked
time.
Yank.
Okay. Well, no, you said, well, let me ask you. And
me.
so
Yeah,
I
sorry,
didn't
was
hear
asking-
anybody specific, but I was just going to say, like,
right.
yeah, I think you do have that.
But it
responsibility.
is very simple. It is so simple on the internet just to throw up a fucking wall. Like, literally, here we go. I threw up a fucking wall. What are they going to do about it?
Right. And that's where I'm like, if someone's going to say
no, and then we can just go like this. Guess what?
We all have
I'm on the show. I really don't care. Phil, I will hit that one button, buddy.
I'm an admin too.
Yeah, and I can still remove it.
Well, then that would be your loss of removing the biggest star on the show. So, like, that would really be your loss.
So you get what I'm saying. It's so easy just to click that button and it's done.
right.
But you can't do it in physical real life.
So I don't disagree with that. And for me, I think it's pretty straight and simple. You honor the house by playing by the house's rules. So you know what? Don't come up in here and being like, you know what? Fuck you, Yank. You're no good piece of shit. I don't like you. Like, you're gonna get your ass kicked. And you should get your ass
thing. Well, no, I push back on the very notion that it's your house. Like, when you come onto the internet with an internet show like this is you presenting yourself to the public. This is like you bringing the big top circus out to the public, and you want everybody to see it. So this is you going out into public. And then when you say, I'm going to unilaterally decide that this person has no place in this particular discussion, that is very much like, I know you were saying, well, that's not technically censorship. We all understand that to be the idea. So like, your ability to speak in this public forum has now been limited, basically just because for no reason other than it offended your sensibilities. And so to me, as content creators, I think if it's just something that offends my mere sensibilities, like people insult me all the time. I've been called just about everything you can imagine. Like people say, you fat fucking all this shit. And what I just fire back is, well, yeah, the reason I'm fat is because every time I fuck your mother, she makes me a sandwich. As you can see, folks, I've been eating a lot of sandwiches. And so, yeah, it's one of those like, getting a bit thicker skin might help. And I know I'm not saying that like to be a dick about it, but I'm just saying like to be on the internet space, it's going to require.
Don't worry. I promise you, I will be back to ignoring people in due haste. Okay. But what I'm getting at here is that I think this is a really interesting question. As far as
it is.
So, yeah, it is, because what you're getting into from your perspective, and I don't think it's wrong, I don't know if I agree with it though, is that should we treat people in the regard that, hey, look, this is a public platform, it's not a private platform. And it's weird because it definitely gets into the gray area. It's my stream, but I'm on Twitch or I'm on YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. So it's semi-public.
As long as
you don't get to decide what the TOS is, for example.
Right. Right. So, and then the other side of that is, all right, is there a way, if I wanted to say, hey, look, this is my house. Like, this is a stream for me, my friends, and you're welcome to come in. But, like, hey, look, you abide by the rules. Like, do I got to put a fucking welcome mat out in front of the stream? And I'm not memeing here. I'm dead serious. How do I, under your guys' logic, be like, hey, look, my stream is for me and the people who want to play by my rules?
You're gonna
then that's not really a public like you're not trying to get the public. Why would you stream to the public?
If it gets to a point where you're basically dictating how the audience has to behave to be privileged enough to watch the show to begin with and try to interact with it, your audience is going to go the other way. That's just the nature of the beast.
And that's America.
Well, okay, so this is the thing where I'm going to split hairs here. Number one, there's 1,000 people who don't agree with me, but there's also a couple tens that will. Maybe those are the people that I want in my audience. The people who do agree with me, or the people who don't piss me off consistently. Now, I'm not saying
sounds like a very liberal approach. Kudos to that.
Well, if anything, it's probably anti-liberal, but whatever.
No, if you want to be in an echo chamber with no pushback, that's literally just
that's about as liberal as you get. Like,
that's literally an anti-liberal opinion.
Sure, it's not.
Then tell all the liberals that, because they seem to be carrying it out almost uniformly.
Because they're like, there's not
almost one for one.
Yeah, like the people who claim to be liberal are the bastardization of liberal in almost every way, shape, and form. They're not liberal at all. It's quite awful, but yeah, that's a whole other conversation. No, I'm dead serious. Like, in some ways, the Republican Party is more liberal than the Democratic Party at this point.
Well, like, it's kind of the difference between, like, I always look at it as the international versus the American definitions of liberal and conservative are very different, because, like, by the international affairs definition, like, Iran would be an example of a conservative country because it doesn't move very fast, while America would be an example of a liberal country. But then with the American definitions of liberal and conservative, that's where you get kind of a shift.
I'm sorry. I just noticed. Yeah,
and so the people who want the most personal liberty are the people who are considered conservative in America now.
Well, yeah, that gets into a whole other conversation, because like I do go more by like the political science definition, where I'm like, conservatives right now are the Democrats. Like, the progressives are the actual, like, left-wing part of the country, and then Republicans have now gone into what we would blatantly call reactionaryism, which, in all fairness, a little called for at this point. A party that can't say no needs to be fought very, very strongly.
Well, yeah, eventually you got to be able to say no, and Republicans are the ultimate no-sayers. They're the ones who are the best saying no in American politics. What's that?
I don't know. Trey said, clip that. He said it. What did you say that needs clipped? I missed something.
Yeah. It's obviously some piece of Phil Kiwi brilliance. Like, yes, obviously. But yes.
I love the fact that you two talk about like the freedom of speech of like through your own home of your Discord or your YouTube, your Facebook, your fucking Rumble, whatever the fuck platform you have.
I
and
like,
stuff.
I
get it. I'm also like, I'm not just in the political part. I'm in gaming. I'm in servers. This and that. I have servers for GTA. I have servers for Rust. I have servers for this. It is a consistent of. Hold on a second. I love you. Sorry, daughter.
Sure.
Needed a good night kiss. So.
No, I understand. So
You're dealing with gamers. Gamers are probably one of the worst trolls that you can get. Because they are pushing of how much they can get in trouble. They're not trying to get in trouble in your Discord. They're also trying to get in trouble in the game. So you got a multitude of everything that's going on. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech. To me, internet is freedom of speech. I really don't care. If you want to throw that wall up, fucking throw that wall up. I don't care. I will find a workaround and I will be back.
Okay, fair enough. No,
because that's what the internet is. Create a new account. Guess who's back?
I mean, yeah, that is a potentiality. It's also a amount of effort on you that somebody has put onto you when they do that, right? So, like, yeah, you can come back, but you got to actually work at it, and that's part of the discouragement, right? So, anyway, the real thing here is that, you know, you guys disagree with me, and that's fine. I'm actually trying to explore that and like put it into context because. I don't know if I'd flip sides because, you know, there's plenty of people who also agree with me and some of them are in my chat. But it's like, all right, cool. Is the internet actually a public domain? And that's the weird thing. It kind of is and isn't. Like there is no like perfectly public part of the internet. There's parts that are like way more closer, but unfortunately I hate those places. That's fucking 4chan and shit, right? Say whatever you want. Also, very critical. I don't believe that free speech is saying whatever you want. I believe that free speech is that you say whatever you want and the government can't do anything about it. That doesn't mean that your neighbor can't hit you in the face with a shovel because you're a jackass.
Actually, that does mean that your neighbor can't hit you in the face with a shovel
because then the government will put them in jail.
Like, yeah, that's no, I'm sorry. Just somebody saying mere words that offend somebody's sensibilities isn't a reason to hit somebody in the face with a shovel. And so, like, to me, like, I get where you're coming
I'm being bombastic. Let me roll that back then. Let me roll that into something else. All right. Let me roll that into, all right, you say something stupid. The government can't do anything about that. But your neighbor can be like, no, you're not invited to the neighborhood poker tournament anymore. You know, they actively disengage with you.
We'll put it. Yeah, that's the difference between a house and a public show.
That's my problem with the.
It's kind of like saying you can't watch MTV anymore. You're not allowed.
You can't compare being like on YouTube or Twitch or whatever to inviting people into your house to hang out at a party like that. That'd be more like your Discord server. Like you're inviting only specific people that you want to be in there. Being on YouTube or Twitch or Rumble or what have you is more like going out in public, standing on a soapbox with a fucking megaphone. Not everybody's going to stick around and listen to you talk, but the people that like what you're saying will, and the people that don't like what you're saying will. The people that are indifferent to it are going to keep walking. And you can't dictate who's already in that public space. They were already there when you showed up with your soapbox and megaphone. So regardless of what you're saying and regardless of what their thoughts are, you both have the right to that space because you both went there.
Okay, that I think solid. I can't push back against that. I think there is something undeniable in that is that
here.
I don't provide the primary filter. That I can work with very, very strongly. I don't like
if I can put a little bit finer point on that, Tony, it's one of the finest pieces of English liberty, where even in Ariel Bagitica and in all these different varying pieces of English literature where they talk about freedom of speech is not just the right of the person who speaks to be heard, but it's also the right of the audience to listen and to hear and to be exposed. And anytime that you silence somebody, you make yourself a prisoner of your own action. Anytime you restrict somebody from being able to hear something, then you've made that person or even yourself a prisoner of your own action now that this person cannot hear you anymore. And so to me, I think that's to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, T, that's one of the essential pieces of English kind of common law liberty when it comes to free speech.
Okay, so free speech is should be open when it comes to something like Twitter, YouTube, that kind of stuff. But you guys are going to be like, all right, if Ty wants to go nuke everybody in his Discord, go right ahead for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You created that space specifically to invite specific people in. So
Okay.
yeah, no, that's 100% play by my fucking rules.
Yank, are you on board with that?
Everything is so indifferent with the world today. It's like the internet is one thing, real life is another, Discord is another. Everybody's got their special platforms because someone's got to have something special where they feel the greatest in the world, and then they have one where they feel like the worst in the world. So it all depends. I could be Twitter. They could hate me to high hell. Doesn't matter. In Discord, they could love me. It all depends on where you're going to go with it.
Shit,
and how you want to be treated. Yeah, I'm sure we did. He's froze.
Yep. Grow the Farm Up says, enter as many situations as you can in life without a preconceived notion. You will be surprised what you learn. Good,
I like that.
Good advice. And Tiberius is probably going to try and ban me on Discord right now as he speaks. So you guys said it was okay. So fuck you, Phil. So I'm gonna go see. Okay, I'm still a member of Tiberius' Discord for now.
There he goes. He's gone.
Yeah. Dang it.
He did leave. But no, and I get it. What he's saying, like it's your house, your rules, stuff like that. I have Discord. I have Discord. I ban people. Fuck no. I run game servers. Just people want to talk shit. They want to talk shit. That's their own problem. If someone's got a problem with it, fight it out. That's all there is to it. I'm not banning because one person is going to be a crybaby over another person.
Let's,
All right. So, folks.
Oh, his stream just died too.
Oh, his stream just died.
So his whole network went down.
So the whole thing, so Ty, he was so overcome with emotion of admitting that I was correct that it crashed his computer, crashed his whole internet. We'll see what happens. But Ty,
hey, Phil, did you notice how I was able to get through to him by making it relatable instead of being a pompous dick to get my point across?
No. What? What are you talking about?
I don't know, Phil. I'm just saying maybe sometimes your approach is a little jagged.
It could be a little prickly depending on the recipient, but to be fair, Ty banned my brother on his stream, so yeah, I was gonna come both barrels fucking blazing on him tonight, and it was pretty fun. I gotta say. Jacanadar go. Phil not be pompous? Never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Trey, actually, we're gonna get to some racism.
Can we?
Fuckers will let us.
Let's do
this Tiberius guy, huh? Let's do Tony's story.
We crashed his whole life. Just the whole life. Just crashed out. Oh my god! It's like Buzz Lightyear when he realized he's a toy. Years of academy training wasted.
Actually, Trey, I think let's get back to racism. Yank, if you
can we?
As to pull up
so
the CNN
we're already
article.
we're halfway into our second hour, and Tony, I know you're itching for something, and
all right,
because them two have been so busy, nobody's been giving shots. So
yeah, let me get it forward. Hang on.
Okay. Which article are we going?
I
got my daughter here.
We're gonna do the CNN article.
He's saying hi.
Yes, you're right. 128. Okay, fucking cheers, folks, to episode 172 of the Dog and Chicken Show. The night Phil and Ty finally fucked.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
There he is.
Hey, folks, we got him back. You missed one of the toasts. Tony just had a toast.
I am so sorry about that. I completely disconnected from everything. So
that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But as Trey said, let's get back to racism. Yank, if you pull up that CNN article, this is one I haven't read, but I saw the picture of it in one of our chats. I wanted to read this together because I was so excited.
Oh, no, it's not working.
And no, you're right. You are 100% correct there. Yeah, it
Great.
is way too light. Yeah, it's just Bush
this
Light
one?
because that makes for a way better chug. Yes, this one.
Oh, wow.
Opinion. Oh, dear
Terms
God,
of
what's happened
service.
here?
X acknowledge you have
everything
read and
just
agreed to the updated
Yeah, I know.
terms.
My stuff's all messed up right now. Oh, there.
God.
Get the fuck out of there.
So
All right.
I really don't know much about this story. I'm hoping some people can fill us in first, but opinion from CNN. The police who killed Tyre Nichols were black, but they might have still been driven by racism. So, if anybody knows anything about this, can you fill us in quickly?
Yeah, the left is racist and sees racism fucking everywhere. It classes
No.
Okay. Is that
Neither
the
is the right. The
TL?
right is racist too.
Was that the TLDR or like?
I'm
I
sure
feel like
there's some
more to it. Like,
there might be more to it, but like for real, how do you make this fucking statement? These people are just absolutely racist. They're black, but they also hate black people. Like, all right, what evidence do you have for this? I'm sure it's nothing. It's bullshit. Like these people see racism everywhere, and anytime a black person is shot by the police, it is a racist act. Even if the officers in question are black, they're tied up in the white supremacy of this nation, and they're consumed by the police structure. No, fuck them. Okay.
yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know enough about this case to really give much of statement on the case. The headline seems to be absurd on the face of it, just because it seems to be very counter to common intuitive wisdom. But yeah, I can't really speak towards the case because I know so little about it.
Anyway,
so what's the gist of this? Because I honestly know almost nothing about this. I was aware of I was aware of this happening, but all I know is it was pretty fucking bad. From the sounds of it, like this apparently went really sideways really quick is all I really know. Now, other than CNN's horrible opinion, I mean the actual murder here.
I don't have the particular details of this case, but I can absolutely promise you this is not the black police being racist towards black people. That makes absolutely no fucking sense.
No, and that this is why an article like this, like in this day and age in 2023, where believing and listening and following the media is almost laughable in the public eye. Like I think a majority of people pretty much understand that. But
I don't know, man.
Well, okay. A majority of people who actually have a fucking thought in their brain, not just the people who just click on, oh, okay, I accept that.
That's the thing that I get really confused with, because it's like people will say this, and I 100% agree with that, but then they'll be like, oh, but this particular channel does it right, whether it's Fox or CNN or whoever. Like the confirmation bias is fucking stupid lately.
Yeah. I mean, people who just get their news from CNN, yeah, I could understand how that would be a problem. And yeah, Ty, that's a little gotcha from earlier, but
just anywhere,
I got
straight up anywhere from like one particular source is just asking for.
Well, yeah, I always kind of take the idea of take at least 3 sources, find one that's fairly left, find one that's fairly right, find one that's somewhere a little in the middle, and then take those 3 sources, and the truth is going to fly somewhere within the bullseye of the 3 of them. So it's like the moderates aren't always right, but it's good to like hear what the moderate normies
Trey says traffic stop for reckless. They pulled him from the car. He ran. When they came back upon him, they beat him to the extent that he died days later from the injuries. Rodney King, but he died. And they were all the same race. See, to me, I believe it was 4 or 5 cops against one guy, reckless driving. I understand, like, you can't run. You can't run. You just can't do that. I'm assuming he had something else to hide, or he expected something, or he had a warrant, whatever. There's obviously a reason he ran. But you can't do that. But when that happens, how in 2023 do we still have cops that are so oblivious to the fact that their job is under such a small, eensy-weensy, bitty, tiny microscope that they would even chance something like this? I For one, I wouldn't want to take that job if you paid me trillions, because that is the most thankless job. It's one of the most dangerous jobs. And you're ultimately going to be fired and canceled and shamed because of it, because you will do something so terribly wrong in the public's eye, regardless of it being wrong or not, that it can't, nobody's going to be willing to take this job. We are going to have such, you think the people in the law enforcement field are bad now? Oh, baby. When we get down to it here in 10 years, imagine, because nobody wants to take this job anymore because of the low pay, the dangerous job, and the stipulations behind it, the scrutiny that comes with it. Imagine how bad law enforcement field will be in 10 years, given who's going to have to fill those roles, because we do have to fill those roles. That whole defund the police movement was, it's going to be terrible.
No, here's
but how do these cops still exist? Why would they go to this extent? It is unfathomable to me that this still happens. Knowing all the scrutiny that comes with the law enforcement field, how does this still happen?
People need a job, and some people have been doing it for 20 years. Straight up. Like, they planned on doing it, whatever. But when it comes down to it, what's likely to happen, and we're seeing this already start to unfold, is that red states, red areas, they will have police, and while they will have problems with their police, like, they will literally, handle that by electing their local sheriff, and that will solve 90% of their issues. When it comes to blue areas, particularly, some of these major cities, they are depolicing themselves one way or another. They've actually increased their police spending, but they're making it to where no one wants to join the force.
No, there is such a thankless position, and it pays like shit, and it's dangerous.
Almost like politicians.
That in the last few years, it's been shown that, now granted, there's a lot of these police officers that they did deserve the sentences that they got, but
absolutely,
regardless, you now know as a police officer, the state does not have your back.
No, absolutely not.
And they'll throw you into prison with the people that you threw into prison.
Nobody.
And I'm sure that will go well.
If you are a cop, nobody has your back. The public doesn't have your back. Even the ones flying the thin blue line flag, they will turn on you too, given any circumstance that goes against what they believe should happen. The state doesn't have your back. Your own law enforcement office does not have your back. Your government doesn't have your back. And you're getting paid shit to do it, and you could potentially die in the line of duty. Nobody is going to take this job soon. And we're going to be left with an even worse police. And we've had this discussion many a time. How do we improve law enforcement to prevent incidents just like this? It goes to training, which is basically non-existent in some cases. But now we're going the opposite way because we've defunded the police. And now we've put it under such scrutiny that nobody wants to chance taking that job. It has gotten to the point where we're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel to fill these positions because we just have to. Or do we just go back to being the Wild Wild West? Because that'll work too, folks.
Apparently there's a video of this, which I'm trying to bring up. I'm almost out of time anyway, so like I gotta knock a few points out. But when it comes to this kind of thing, this is what scares me. This is one of my possible forecasts out there that is really concerning. We are looking at the collapse of urban policing. At the same time, we're looking at the potentiality of the Mexican drug war crossing the border.
Yeah,
I am terrified of this reality because it absolutely is starting to unfold before my very eyes.
Starting to cross the border?
So what we've seen is that while there is like an increase in drug trafficking and all this other stuff, basically when you get to the border, gangs aren't crossing lines. There is now one Mexican gang that's trying to get north, but the American gangs have been able to resist them to this point. And with the help of the feds, they've been able to literally, our gangs are helping the feds because they don't want to deal with this shit. Because the people who are going north are called Jalisco New Generation. And they are fucking batshit. Like, these are the people who come in and, like, chop off your head in the middle of the night in Mexico, right? These are the worst of the worst of these particular actors. And they're the ones that are actively being most aggressive, and they're the ones actually challenging the status quo of letting a Mexican gang go north of the border. They're trying. So far, they have failed. But in the event that they actually succeed in crossing the border, it's going to be hell. And particularly, ground zero is going to be either urban California, particularly, let's say, or it'll be Los Angeles is really where this will go full tilt. Or the other avenue, which bothers me because they are people I really like, is Texas. Getting into Brownsville, El Paso, and Laredo is a threat. And if this actually permeates into where it would naturally permeate, which is DFW in Houston, oh shit.
Yeah, Jalisco New Generation, they're kind of the new kids on the block, but the thing is, every new Mexican gang has to do the same thing in where they make their reputation by being the most brutal kids on the block. And
not always, but usually.
Well, I mean, that's what puts your name on the map. Like, that's what the Zetas did. That's what the Sinaloa cartel did back in the day.
They're the big ones.
Yeah, they're the big wigs, but they didn't get there by fucking playing nice and playing patty cake. They had to do some fucking beheadings of their own, and they had to kill some of their own on the way.
I hate to say this, but I'm actually going to defend gangsters here for a second. The excuse me, the leader of the Sinaloa cartel, El Chapo, evil son of a bitch by a lot of standards.
I'm sure he got his name El Chapo by not chopping people up.
Yeah. Anyway, long and the short here. He actively looked at the drug trade as a business, and so he believed in don't shit where you sleep. So he didn't go around killing the shit out of everybody. He actually decreased a significant amount of the violent crime and the thievery that happened in Mexico. And you can actually check the numbers on that. Violent crimes, murders, all that, when he was in charge of North Mexico, actually went down. And Jalisco New Generation was actually his enforcers. He was the guy who sent the other guys to kill the guys who were out of line, but he wouldn't kill the locals. But after he got caught in 2016, that's when everything went to hell because New Generation didn't have a boss. And so they started turning on everybody else. And you can see this. 2017, the numbers in homicides in Mexico spiked by 3 times.
Like, I don't know. It's like, hey, look at the number of homicides under this cartel was like, it was an acceptable number of homicides.
I'm not ever going to say it's acceptable.
Okay number, but when the other guys went up, it was back to business as usual. Like, it's almost like a boom and bust cycle of murder in Mexico, and I don't really like. Now, I get what you're saying is that when
to establish a well-oiled government, you got to chop a few heads off. I get what you're saying.
No, like
you also got to keep in mind that El Chapo's cartel was the one that Obama basically chose back in 2012, and so like,
which is why he arrested him in 2016.
Do you think Obama's going to ever hold to his deals? What you think? Are you shocked that a politician double-crossed somebody? Like, come on, that's half the job.
I will soak that one. However, look, I'm not trying to act like gangsters are good people. That's not what I'm doing. But there is a realpolitik. There is a real conversation.
I get what you're saying 100%. Like
it's just like, all right, would we rather have the Sinaloa where the fentanyl problem is from them? That is 100% on them. But would we rather have to deal with the fentanyl or deal with the fact that now North Mexico is literally like on the doorstep of civil war? Fuck. That's a hard ethical conversation. If anyone acts like that's a fucking easy one, fuck off. Okay?
Yeah,
build the wall. That was which Biden is doing. He's completing the wall.
It's very much like when people go to vote. Oh, I've got to vote for 2 shitty candidates. This sucks. Well, it could be worse because you could be playing what's the lesser of 2 evils for realsies? Which drug lord do I like better? Which one of them is gonna govern us the best without killing all of us? Like,
And the answer is neither of them. They're not going to govern you good, and they're probably going to try to kill you.
Phil just gave me endorsement for a reason you should not vote in your election. Thank you, Phil.
Well, no, in Mexico, like I've often said that they're all just.
Yeah, I've got to bounce. I'm out of time. I love you all.
Right, thanks.
Thank you for having me on.
God bless, Ty.
Phil, it is
before you go.
Yeah, Phil, I appreciate you going full circle with me. We started off good. We set it through literally setting the train station on fire at one point. And now we're here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tiberius D. Whether you like to see me fight Lord Phil KOE, whether you want to hear my more moderate takes because you need somebody to actually illustrate what the center is thinking to you, definitely come check me out, Tiberius D, on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, among any other things. And you can contact me pretty easily. Just, if you are going to enjoy my particular comfort, be mindful of being good to me. And without further ado, thank you for the beats. Take care.
I played the sexy music because I was hoping Phil and Ty were gonna kiss, but
no, sorry. No. He kissed the ring. He kissed my feet. That's enough. He admitted defeat.
Brendan Roy's feeling me here with this one. Which cartel is the worst? Mexico drug cartels or the U.S. government? Yeah, exactly. It's
right.
Honestly, it's a toss-up. I mean, on the surface, I know which one looks worse. Underneath, that's a deeper question. So,
we know which one's bigger.
True.
Yeah, we know which one's got more money. Grow the farm up. If you disagree with Ty about cartels, you can fuck off. If you could ban your way to saving the world, Tiberius is your guy. Oh, man.
All right, he got one in.
All right, so grow the farm. Trey, I'll be damned. The local news is on in the bar. The Liberal County has decided to embrace hiring 2030 security. Okay. All right. So, folks, that happened. Me and Ty, we got along perfectly. He admitted that I was right about everything, and he conceded at the end. So
that's how that went down. Yes, both
violent pieces of shit. Yeah.
You and Ty are both violent pieces of shit.
Wait, what? I mean, he was the one talking about smacking people with shovels and such and kicking people out of his home, which, I'm sorry.
His hyperboles, I understood the direction they meant to go, and a few of them just kind of didn't go the right direction.
Right. The internet is a sketchy situation.
Yep. And if you're going to try and silence the family of extreme, Phil KOE's bringing the thunder. So
Justin, let's go with the which one?
What are we going? Are we going reaction? Are we going another link? Because we're getting close time to your
school resource officers. Okay.
Yes. Let's go with the BBC link. Because I haven't watched this yet.
For the love of God, which one? Oh, is that
the British Broadcasting Corporation?
So I wanted to watch
body cam.
Yeah, I haven't watched this yet.
All right,
I haven't watched this yet, and I want to know.
The farm up here. I was having Tom Thummery flashbacks.
For the love of God! All right, so
won't save you tonight.
We are going down to the Pelosi's body cam, which is completely irrelevant. Or what the hell happened?
I haven't watched this. So
you haven't watched this? Oh my God!
I haven't watched it. I wanted to save it for the show. And to recap, this is when Paul Pelosi, Nancy's husband, got attacked with a hammer.
Yeah, I saw this.
And
this is pretty brutal.
Apparently, now right away the entire narrative was, it was obviously a MAGA supporter, must have attacked him. No, turns out the guy was a pretty big lefty, and there was speculation that there may have been prior,
engagements,
relationships.
So
well, like what I said when this first came out is a year from now, we're gonna know a completely different story than what we know right now.
What? What?
Oh yeah, Brendan Roy, that's crazy. Why does Yeah.
What?
Just watch the video.
We'll watch the video here in a second.
Okay, so I haven't watched it yet. I wanted to get my full reaction.
Thank you, Trey.
So this is the cops arriving on scene after the hammer attack on Paul Pelosi.
I really hope the sound works on this. So there you go.
It doesn't matter. If it doesn't, it's
disturbing scenes. Hey, YouTube.
Now, actually, I will say the moment of contact happens off camera. Yeah, see, they're both holding the.
What's going on, man?
Everything's good.
What the fuck is this?
All right. Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey.
What is going on right now?
I'm not getting an answer on call.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, so that went from weird to deadly in like
Let's
2
pause
seconds.
Here. Okay, now I get it, Brendan. Why does he answer the door with no pants on? I have a theory. I'm more convinced now than ever that the body language between both of those men, they clearly knew each other, and there was clearly a disagreement about it. Because if you have some random crazy in your house that you've never met, are you going to be standing next to them trying to take the hammer away? I don't know. That did not look like the scene of some random showing up. This does not look like that at all. I'm speculating here, obviously, but in that frame right there, does this look like some random showing up, or does this look like somebody who he probably knows pretty well?
That's kind of a hard judgment call to make.
It
to be
is.
honest with you,
It is
because it's.
Go with your gut.
Trey goes.
Tell you about that.
The 911 call paints a different picture. So apparently, at one point, Paul Pelosi goes into another room and makes a 911 call.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know why this is being answered like this, or why they're both holding the hammer.
Yeah,
like, I don't.
Looks very awkward.
Okay, so Pelosi looks like he's just having a good time right now.
I mean, I understand it's the middle of the
night.
night.
How you doing?
But this is, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking brutal, man. Like, Jesus, that's like, wow, that guy was just going for fucking broke there.
God.
Hold on.
Oh, God, we're gonna check. Oh my God, we're gonna. God damn it!
Thank you, Dad.
Oh my God.
I will let me zoom in.
Dad's worldwide asking the hard questions out here, literally.
But yeah, like this could also be a hostage situation. So
he does the verbal blink twice.
We'll go 5 times.
Okay. He could have been like a hostage to a crazy man. Listen, okay. See, because early on we speculated that maybe there was a relationship here that the public wasn't.
The hammer.
I don't know. Oh my God.
Damn. Like at that point, I'm guessing whatever relationship they had was severed right there.
So,
but yeah, if we can find the audio to the 911 call, I'm also quite curious.
Yeah, that might be better. I assume from here they just tackle him and cuff him, right? Or just
yeah, and then they take Paul Pelosi to the hospital, and it was a bit of like, and I was wondering like, why is he in such a like, dude? Somebody chunks a hammer into your head like that, you're lucky to be alive. Like that's like a Hell's Angel swing. But like, and like my first thought is one of those things like, now granted this guy's in his like his 80s. He's probably, I was thinking like, wow, that's one of those moments where circle block training is very important. Like knowing how to circle a blow away from your head.
Go back now, because I guess I didn't see the drink. Go back. Is he holding a fucking drink? Is he seriously holding a drink while trying to hold the hammer?
Hi, how you doing? What's going on,
yeah,
man?
He's holding.
What the fuck?
Hi. Drop the hammer.
He says hi. Like,
this is so awkward. I don't know.
Hammer.
All right.
Nope. Hey.
Maybe. All right.
What's going on?
Yeah, he does have a drink.
Bro.
Holy shit. Okay, so
like,
if you're trying to stop some random motherfucker with a hammer who's trying to assault you, the first thing you're doing is losing the thing in your other hand. I don't know. We'll have to listen to the call, because now I don't know. This paints a different picture, in my opinion. I mean, this is still speculation, sure, but grow the farm up. Is this Pelosi or exclusive KOE and Tiberius behind the scenes footage from earlier? Comment of the night. Oh man!
God damn!
That was beautiful. Oh, bravo! Fucking bravo.
Oh wow.
That was
I mean,
awesome.
metaphorically, I do defeat everybody I debate. So I mean that does make sense. Remember, it is California. He was already drunk.
Right, but Jesus, I mean, the
You
guy's
can tell
holding a
by
hammer,
the way
threatening him.
Open the door.
Whether he knew this guy or not doesn't matter at this point. Why are you only trying to stop the guy threatening you with a hammer with one hand? Why are you still holding a drink? Exactly, Brennan. I'm more convinced than ever. This is domestic violence. His boyfriend was mad because he was cheating on him with his old big titty. Jesus Christ. No, I think we know, Trey.
Oh, let's do it there. All right.
All
right.
I don't know.
This sound is here, so
this is the call.
Now from Fox.
Oh, I guess I called on the state. What is this?
This is San Francisco Police. Do you need help?
Oh,
he's already in the home at this point.
Here, just waiting for my wife to come back. Nancy Pelosi.
He had to name drop his
waiting
wife.
for her to come back, but she's not going to be here for a day, so I guess we'll have to wait.
Okay. Do you need police, fire, or medical for anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
There's the is the Capitol Police around?
No, this is San Francisco.
Take my wife. They're usually here.
No, Nancy made sure those Capitol Police don't do their job.
No, this is San Francisco Police.
I understand. Okay, well, I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, so the audio is syncing up in real time with him breaking in. And he's busting the window open with the hammer, trying to get in.
No. This gentleman just came into the house, and he wants to wait here for my wife to come home. And so, anyway, he told me to put the phone down.
Do you know who the person is?
No, I don't know who he is. He has this. He's telling me not to. He's telling me not to do anything.
What is your address, sir?
2640 Broadway.
What is your name?
I'm about to say she's going to call us back if you need to say anything. Like, no.
Yeah, this chick sucks. Asking for Capitol Police in San Fran. Yeah. What the fuck?
He told me to put the phone down and just do what he said.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
what's
think
the
it is
gentleman's name?
I don't know. What's that? My name's David. The name is David.
Okay, and
Okay.
who is David?
I don't.
So yeah, so listening to the audio, it doesn't.
Everybody's so calm.
I don't. This is so
For
strange.
someone that's breaking glass into a house.
How is okay? I understand that.
So calm.
I understand Paul's probably shit faced. And okay, so Trey says
Yankee got music in the background.
I don't think it's synced up. Yeah, no, it's not. And he says because he's drunk, you can't assume he has a cognitive ability. And that was in response to me, I assume, when he was still holding the drink, not trying to get the hammer away. So yeah, sure, he's drunk. But even if you're drunk and you're being threatened, you usually going to put the fucking drink down. But listening to this, he's calm because he's drunk, I assume. And David, the attacker, the B&E guy here, is literally on answering questions to the phone. So
what's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, he says he's a friend, but as I said, I've never.
But you don't know who he is?
No, ma'am.
I mean, but if he did, would he admit to it?
He's telling me I'm being very leading, so I got to stop talking to you, okay?
Okay. You sure I can stay on the phone with you just to make sure everything's okay?
No, he wants me to get that off the phone. Okay?
Okay.
Is this her first day?
Okay, bye.
Like,
okay.
Okay.
What the fuck? No, she did horrible. That was the least impressive 911 call I've ever heard. A, he's shit-faced. B, I think she's just a janitor or something at the fucking police station, just happened to be walking by the phone and decided to answer it, because that's not how you handle that. Like, I've never taken a 911 call in my life, and I think I could do a better job than that. What the fuck was that?
Well, and you got the 911 call, someone's breaking in. Is a little more urgency than. Yeah.
Canadar
okay?
says he's drunk and 80. There's that.
Yeah,
some dude just comes into his house when he's had some drinks. Yeah, that was. He's literally like, I need help, but can't say it. Yeah, that's basically what it was.
You could hear, like,
gonna lose millions.
I don't get it. Like, that's just the worst. The fact that police even showed up, I'm shocked, because she clearly didn't know what the fuck she was doing. The video we watched and then the audio, they almost don't seem like they're even remotely the same incident.
I will bring it back.
That's what's so strange, because the visual does not paint the same picture that the audio paints. Now, listening to the audio, it doesn't sound like they knew. I don't know. I don't know. This is still very strange.
Full video right here.
Hi. How you doing?
How are you?
What's going on, man?
Everything's good.
Oh,
Hi. Drop the hammer.
No.
Yeah, this is very weird.
That right there just says drop the hammer. He goes, nope.
Obviously, like, this guy's clearly a fucking basket case. We knew that, though.
Look at that fucking smile.
I don't know. This is it. It's such a. You can't blame everything that happens here on him being drunk. He should have been like, you put the fucking drink down. If somebody's breaking into your house, that's when you set the fucking drink down. They get inside the house. You're on the phone with 911. Put the fucking drink down. The guy comes at you with a hammer and threatens you with a hammer. Put the fucking drink down. How big of a soak is this guy? I'm sure huge, because we know he's married to Nancy. But Jesus, this makes no fucking sense. This visual is preposterous.
Jesus God Almighty. He's 80. He's fucking yeah. I mean, that was a hell of a crack to the head. Yeah. This looks like it was just a Looney Tune.
I don't know.
Now what's really kind of sad is, like, this guy's just loony, and like everybody tried to attach politics. Like, they tried to initially say he was some sort of MAGA guy, and then they're trying to say he's a Greenpeace guy, and like, this is just a loony, is what it looks like. Lighting not right for Jesus Christ.
Darn it.
But yeah, like that. So this was like
Brendan Roy on Boner Watch.
I'm kind of shocked it took this long to release all of this. You know what I mean?
That's the other thing that's so awkward. Like, this was in October?
Yeah, right before the midterms by just a few days.
So why did it take this long to come out? Why is the audio so strange compared to the I don't know. We're still not getting all the details. There's no effing way.
Hey.
He's Pelosi level drunk. No, I've not known drunks to act logically, but here's the thing. Every drunk I've encountered that's been threatened knows how to either defend themselves or what to do if they're about to be in a fight. They might not win it, but like, anybody who knows that they're being threatened and they're drunk, usually that makes people more aggressive. I don't know. Something just doesn't sit right here. There's something. There's definitely more.
No, you're right.
Story. There has to be.
Nothing,
folks. That's why I think everybody should take at least a few rudimentary lessons in boxing, so you can learn blocks and parries.
And I'm sorry, but body cam footage, this clarity.
Well, they've got to be improving. I mean, you see it all the time now. Body cam footage. I mean, just they all have it. It's got to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that.
If they don't, they should all have it by now.
Yeah. This is so strange.
So devious. Like, this is
Secret
entertainment.
Squirrel trunk mode. So I don't know. I think there's more to this. I feel like he probably
just
did know
smiles.
the guy.
It's just killing me.
The smile's awkward. His body language is weird.
Okay, how you doing?
The drink. It's like, yeah,
Kapow.
it seriously still looks. This looks like they were in the midst of, doing stuff. But yeah, the 911 call beforehand definitely paints a much different picture. So I don't know. This is there's got to be more to this. There has.
Oh, obviously, like I said, a year from October, we're gonna know a completely different story.
Yeah, I would say so.
Right.
Like, because think about how many times you've seen a story, and then a year later, it's a completely different story. This is gonna be one of them.
Act weird enough, they'll call in the cavalry. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's lucky the police showed up because that operator was dog shit.
Yeah, there is that. Like, that operator was just gonna let him go.
Hi, what's going on? I don't understand your problem. Get your thumb out of his plumber's crack, dude. What the fuck?
Did you see that too?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a strange one. I hope there's more to this story that we find
And
out.
Tyler, what was it you wanted of me, sir?
Oh, I think you know.
I'm waiting for him to say definitively, Tony, because maybe
you know what
he wants you to take a gin shot or to chug a beer. Maybe that's what he wants, Tony. You are not. It's not our place to.
Said you know what time it is.
I know what time it is. It is, in fact, past the second hour of this amazing show, and we're actually closing in on the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Royal Rumble prediction. But that's
we'll wind down here shortly.
But folks, to be fair, she didn't. Okay, but yeah. So this one, I'm going to be honest with you. From what I've seen, this does look to be like a loony with a hostage situation. So now, what I didn't like is people trying to attach politics to this loony because everybody tried to make their political hay out of it. We didn't know what was what yet, and so that was unfortunate. But yeah, so he's got. Justin's pouring himself a shot. But yeah, Tyler, I'm going to need you to explicitly say what it is you want. Tony, a liquor shot of your choosing from Trey.
Yep.
All right.
Phil, don't
lie. It's gin for Phil.
Lie to him. It's gin for Phil.
Tony, liquor shot choosing, and I will take a shot for chicken, I guess.
All right.
And folks, the Big Buckin' Empire round the world shot. Justin, you go first. And while Tony's getting prepared, folks, God bless every last one of you. And it is with a grin for you, the subscribers. I take a shot of gin.
Oh, mine was delicious.
That almost went down the wrong pipe.
Did it go down your throat?
It did.
Then it went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, fuck. That's a beautiful joke. I wish I could appreciate it right now, but I've got too much gin. Oh, God. You know, that is the right one, though. Did it go down your throat? Then it went down the right. Like, when I get to the end of my life, and it's like I'm at the pearly gates, and the Lord is like weighing all the different alcohols I weighed. It's like, Phil, why did you drink all this gin? You didn't like it. The internet. I'm not the first one to tell you this. Okay.
Well, Phil, you have a different philosophy than Ty. Like, you hate gin, but you love your audience. Ty hates his audience.
Yeah, and he
gin.
hates everything else too. He has been an ornery little cuss. Like, we love Tiberius D. You can find him on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. But yeah, he's been an ornery little cuss lately. I gotta give him that. And so, but yes, the brothers of Extreme, the siblings of Extreme, it was just too much for him to handle. I get it. We like one is almost too much, but when you got both directed at you, it can be too much. And so he was like, I'm not going to get beat up. Oh, dude, like, I don't love it. He's like, I'm not going to get beat up by Phil on camera and also have this guy be beating me up in my own comments too. Like, yeah, that was just one
I can
too
understand.
much.
I can understand his blatant disapproval. I can understand it. But
now,
yeah,
Tony,
for the sake of his content. Yeah.
I don't get like why anybody could find lovable fuzzball that I am objectionable in any way. I mean, like, I'm just like, just the most
Thank
agreeable
you.
guy.
I was going to
like,
do that too. Thank you.
So, wait, Tyler says, Phil, when I see you again, I'll have many gifts for you, buddy. Oh, hooray.
Fantastic.
Hooray. You have been distracted. Yes. Now, folks, see,
Take it away.
as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here at Big Buckin' Empire on YouTube and Facebook, folks. I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, the prince and potentate of punctuality himself. Folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I hope you will also join us here very shortly, in just a few short minutes, over at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, for all of your Royal Rumble prediction needs. Also, I think it'll be right back here on Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook as well, folks. So do not worry. Just take yourself a quick little break, get yourself some ice, mix yourself another drink, and get ready for Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and right here, Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook. God bless every last one of you, folks. Raise a glass to yourselves, and I hope you all make it back here happy, healthy, much the wiser. Folks, God bless. Tony, Justin, take it away.
I couldn't say it better myself. Tyler and the King of Gin Shots, absolutely. Boners for everyone, says
Boners
Brendan.
for everyone.
And by Tiberius, I know you're still watching and crying. So screw the farm up.
Ouch.
That's fantastic. That was wonderful. This was a fun episode. It definitely went off the rails for the first like 2/3 of it, but hey, that's bound to happen, I guess, when your main characters is Phil. But he's right. This has been episode 172 of the Dog and Chicken Show, Documents of Hypocrisy, and apparently in this case it was documents non-existent because we didn't fucking talk about it. So yeah, it is what it is. Maybe next week, maybe it'll be more documents to talk about next week. We'll see. But regardless, join us back here at the Big Buckin' Empire at the Dog and Chicken Show on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, D-Live even, for episode 173 of the Dog and Chicken Show. Maybe we'll have Chicken back. Maybe he'll start up 3 more podcasts and alienate us more, the fucking cocksucker. Anyway, love him. Missed him tonight. But yeah, if you want to listen to Tony and Phil more and change topics just a little bit, jump over to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube or Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook, and you can keep watching that while we talk about the Royal Rumble. We're going to preview and predict that bad boy, and that is happening tomorrow around 6 or 7 o'clock, depending where you are in the country. And it's going to be a pretty good show. I'm actually looking forward to this one, and more than anything, I'm looking forward to retaining this bad boy as a 14-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. I will walk in, and after an hour or so, after 30 men come in, I will be the lone man standing, because that's just how I do. Now, Chicken's going to mail his votes in like he does, like a good little liberal. He's going to mail them in. So he's just going to be left with me and Phil.
Mail in ballots.
Jump over to Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast and check us out for that. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to both the Big Buckin' Empire, Dog and Chicken Show, and Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, and KOE Nation, all the like, all in one easy place. See it scrolling at the bottom, Linktree/Big Buckin'. Folks, we will see you over at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast in just a few short minutes, or next week for episode 173. Thank you for watching. Cheers. We will see you then.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised.